And real quick, okay, before the tongues get wagging, because we know all of them are watching us. When I said something's going on with Ethan's truck, no, thank God he did not get into a crash or hit a deer or anything. Thank God. What is going on with his truck has to do with a coolant, and that that he may need a new water pump. That's what's going on before you wag your tongues. Stop talking about my kids. Sorry, guys. I'm so sick of these people talking about my kids. It's not the day. No day is the day, but it's certainly not the day today. All right, so we're going to talk about Carly Gregg, trial day 3. Tomorrow goes to the jury. Maybe we'll take a poll. Do you think she's guilty? Right? Do you think she's not? Do you think they're going to let her off? We're going to talk about Sean Diddy Combs. The judge said, no bail for you. You're not going home. His lawyer is like, how can you leave P. Diddy in these horrific conditions? It's not right. And the judge is like, I don't care. Now, someone told me that he may be staying there for a year. I don't know. We'll check into that. And then Gypsy. Gypsy is really making me think she is living 24/7 with Ken. That's the way I think. I see her constantly in photos in his room or in his courtyard or by his pool. I do not see her in Cutoff anymore. Whether she has permission from her PO to be spending there, maybe they're filming there, whatever, she does not appear to be going home. The baby bump that's here today, gone tomorrow, here today. The baby bump, now you see it, now you don't. Was making an appearance, 22 weeks. The Gypsy is absolutely 100% watching. When we tell and talk about that she doesn't talk about pregnancy cravings or pregnancy symptoms, she picks up that what to expect while expecting, and she memorizes things. Oh, you guys, when I'm standing up, I'm getting like tingling and numbness in the tops of my legs, and I'm having to sit down now. And then the baby, yes, I'm definitely feeling a lot of kicks from the baby. And then I'm getting a sleep pattern. And when she's more active, she's like reading from the book and memorizing that. Doesn't even sound genuine. So, but it seems like she is responding to what, us as content creators, podcasters are saying, like, what is going on? This is like so strange. Then she watches that and her PR company watches that, and the next day she's on it. Right? It's so crazy. But her pregnancy cravings, guys, applesauce. She's eating applesauce like there's no tomorrow, constantly always keeping 2 cups of applesauce in the refrigerator at all times. Now, applesauce comes in packs. Why 2 cups? Why wouldn't she say I'm keeping a 6-pack of applesauce? Because she's talking about the packs. Or she could say I'm keeping a jar of applesauce. Or, but she's like, I'm keeping 2 cups of applesauce in the refrigerator at all times. And then I can only eat it a certain way because I'm very picky. I have to put it into the freezer for 30 to 40 minutes prior and eat it ice cold. And some days she's craving fruit, and other days she's craving sugar, like icing. So those are her updates. Tingling in the legs. She has to sit down. Craving applesauce. Oh my goodness. And possibly living 24/7 at Kennan's. Now we know as we're going into October. Isn't October when she's supposed to be able to get a divorce? But with the baby coming, she's going to have to wait, right? For the paternity testing. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Let's talk about, we're going to go more into Gypsy. Again, I'm not done with Gypsy, but I want to get into Diddy Combs, finish him off. Hold on. My computer's being a jerk tonight, so just understand that. Maybe it's not liking the full moon. I don't know. Hi, Teresa Duncan. My eyes are not good, sweetie. Thank you for coming in. Paige, Bo, welcome. I can't get to YouTube, so I can't even see if we are live on YouTube. My computer wants to be just stupid. Just all right, maybe I've got it here. No, I don't. Oh my goodness. All I want to do is just make sure that we're live on YouTube, because the other night I don't know, the voice, the sound and everything was coming out on TikTok, but YouTube had shut down. I don't understand. And it was not good. And then I had to replay the TikTok for the YouTube because I just couldn't go through that. And the way I feel, I just cannot go through this again if I have to go and repeat everything. And I just can't get to YouTube. This is crazy. I'm just going to, hold on. I'm just going to sit back away from the computer. This is what I have to do. If I keep touching the computer, it keeps just going to town on me. I don't know what the heck is going on here. So let's talk. I mean, I can talk right off the cuff on Carly Gregg. I did watch that extensively today. They had the father back on the stand. She was not anywhere. She was the only time, like that one day when she was like so emotional. I don't know if they told her like get it together. I don't know. But the last couple of days she has not been emotional like that. Even when she was reviewing the body cam, not the body cam, the surveillance, not the surveillance, the inside house camera where you can hear her and see her with a gun behind her back, and then you can hear her fire the shots that kill her mother. And I've listened again today to the part about the stepfather, and I am very confused. I am very confused on this because you do not hear a gunshot. There's conflicting information. So I don't know. Something just seems strange. And today they had the body cam with the hands, which she had the gunshot residue swabs put on her. And it's weird because she asks about her stepdad. Is he okay? She doesn't ask about her mother. And then the deputy says, hey, she doesn't know about her mother. And then he goes to mute his camera. And they're saying, what do you mean she doesn't know about his mother? Well, he didn't know that she didn't know about her mother. But she definitely knew about her mother. She texted her friend to come on over and look at her mother. She put a towel on her mother's face. She knew what she did to her mother. She fired 3 into her. And she had 3 more for the stepdad. But for some reason, this person that was like a good shot, putting 3 right into her mother, not missing one, is allegedly laying in wait for her stepdad, but totally misses him. And you don't even hear a gunshot in the camera when we clear as day, clear as a bell, heard the ones for the mother. And then the stepdad says he was struck in the neck. Then he was struck in the pectoral muscle when he was in court, and it really was no big deal, really. He was laying down on the porch like as if he got a shot to the back and was paralyzed and couldn't move. I don't know. It just, the whole thing is just so crazy. So crazy. And then they had a psychiatrist, hired by the defense on the stand today. And he's from Boston, and he met with her. I think he met with her for about 4 hours, but he started to talk about how her medication was changed and Abilify was added, which is this mood stabilizer. I think he started talking about how she could be bipolar, but she wasn't diagnosed, and he started to talk about personality disorders, but how the diagnosis of those are very rare because, after all, nobody wants to be diagnosed with one. A whole bunch of stuff like that. It was gobbledygook. And, he's being paid an incredible amount of money to come down and say what the defense wants him to say. And so then the prosecution, when they were cross-examining him, he was saying that Carly Gregg did not know the difference between right and wrong. And so the prosecution is saying she didn't know the difference between right and wrong. Like, when she's hiding that gun behind her back, is she still not knowing the difference between right and wrong? That's correct, he said. When she's peering around the corner of the kitchen when she's carrying that gun, is she still not knowing the difference between right and wrong? When she's running from the house, is she still not knowing the difference between right and wrong? And so this psychiatrist is like, no, she didn't know the difference between right and wrong. And then they talked about a sketch journal, and which something that really didn't make a lot of sense. It said a very disturbing loose paper that was folded into thirds was in this sketch journal. He said it didn't look like her writing, but then why didn't he think, well, maybe that was written by somebody else? But it said, some things about the voices won't stop and I need help, and he talked about marijuana use and how it can affect people, and that she was smoking it more and more to relax. He talked about the incident where she brought a Swiss Army knife to school and she was sent to an alternative school, and then that she ended up teaching over there and helping the other kids. Just like the way the stepfather said, she was pushing the other kids on the playground, not pushing them in a bad way, pushing them on the swings and pushing them around on one of those those round things that have the bars, and you're running, jump on it like the merry-go-round kind of thing. But I don't know if there's a specific name for it. Thing that goes around and round with bars. Okay. And she did not take the stand in her own defense. The psychiatrist was on. They had the stepfather on again, and he wasn't even dismissed at the end. They wanted him to be around. They put the stepfather on, and they asked the stepfather stuff about when he got married to Carly's mother, and was, Carly happy? Oh, she was so happy. And then they talked about photographs, and they didn't show them to us, but they showed them in the courtroom when they went to Gatlinburg, where they got married in 2020. And it was just him and his wife, who was killed, and Carly. And they talked about how she had her hair fixed, but we never saw those pictures. They talked about how they got a golden retriever, and then how they got a second golden retriever, why they got a second golden retriever, because the first golden retriever needed a friend, and they pretended, I really hope we're live on YouTube. I cannot touch anything on my computer. All I see is a black screen. That he was they surprised her. They told her they had to go pick up something from, I think it was from Carly's maternal grandparents, and yet it was a puppy, and they were waiting for the woman to come with the puppies, and I think they had shared photos. Now, there was also a lot of upheaval. See, there was even like craziness in the courtroom. The judge was yelling a lot. First, he said, to the jurors, he was saying, look, if you're going to fall asleep and you had lunch and, you might be feeling sleepy, I want you to stand up if you feel sleepy. It's fine. Just stand up if you start feeling sleepy and then sit down. See, it's telling me that I can't open YouTube. I don't know what's going on. Let me just try this again. So, yeah, and then he was yelling about the exhibits, because I think one of the attorneys might have taken one of his exhibits, and he's like, if you take one of my exhibits and I don't get it back, you're going to jail. I'm like, whoa, okay. And then he was like upset because the attorneys were not, they were taking too much time to get stuff. He should be on some other trials, right? Like some of those other trials. And he said, these jurors are here. They're getting, a pittance an hour, a day, and they're taking off time from their jobs and everything. And you are not going to have these people waiting around because you don't have your stuff together. Like, he was pissed today. But when he said, you're going to jail if he doesn't get his exhibits back, it was just craziness. And this has been a very short trial. So I'd like to see, I wonder if this guy is like on some other trials where they're long, or some of the other trials we've seen where like these people don't have their stuff together. And I wonder how he would react. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, he was reacting like that, and interesting, I'm going to see if I can get onto YouTube. And just make sure that we're live. That's all I want to just see. I just want to see if we're live. I may be getting there. So tomorrow, this goes to the jury. And we're going to see. Okay, we are live. Okay, good. Didn't know what was happening here. Hey, Video Reel. Hi, Galacticness. They did have like 30 minutes downtime. They have a lot of downtime, Galacticness. They have a lot. Shay. Hi, Shay. The judge was right to go off on the defense team, though, because they should have had their evidence prepared by now. Was it just the defense team? Because I thought they both got a little bit ripped into it, but is it just the defense? I know it was about, they had that one video they wanted to show, but it wasn't on the right computer, and he's going to give them 10 minutes to get it on that computer. Or are you going to bring a clean computer in here, or that's going to stay in here, or that? Yeah, but I thought, like earlier, that who got ripped into about the exhibits? Because I remember my eyes, so I was listening mostly, and just hearing a lot of this. I did a lot of listening because of my eyes. Sandra Voss, Emmy, hello there. So, yeah, tomorrow this is going to go to the jury. The psychiatrist was on for a long time. He talked about how Carly was answering things in, these questionnaires. Well, how did she answer that? Has she ever felt like she didn't want to be here anymore? What was her answer? Yes. Has she been, very depressed, feeling, yes, so he was going over that stuff. Again, like I told you, he was going over the diagnoses, but then he was, really kind of stopping short of saying anything. But he said, when people have bipolar and they're manic, and then they're in that, there's that hypermanic state, I think that's what he called it. He said, they love it. That feels great to them, but then, they come down. He said that she was always doing well in school. She skipped, I think it was the 4th grade that she skipped. And even when she was having these issues and stuff, he said her grades weren't really dropping. And again, when she was sent to that alternative school for, I think it was a month, when she was found with that Swiss Army knife in her pocket, then, she was over there teaching and helping the other kids, right? But this is going to go to the jury. I'm going to put up a poll just while I go over the rest of this case and see what you guys think. Here we go. Okay. There's your poll. You're thinking, though, she is blaming, she was disassociating, blanked out, but I believe she disassociated because of her actions, not it causing the actions. Yeah, galacticness. I hear you. I hear you there. Okay, so let's take a look at some of this stuff, okay? So the defense, again, they spoke about, with the psychiatrist, about the sketchbook. And according to the psychiatrist, Carly's medical records indicate a long-standing struggle with depression and anxiety, while the majority of her school records show a pattern of good attendance and academic excellence. The psychiatrist said that Carly Gregg's journal entries and a sketchbook, however, revealed an interest with dark themes, which suggest potential aggression and instability. And that the psychiatrist kind of looked like he had a little Fred Rogers going on. I don't know. You decide. I wonder what Scooter thinks. Okay. He read a journal entry written on March 12th, a week before the incident, saying, "I think I had a psychotic break earlier. The whole ordeal is quite silly. I actually spoke with one of the voices in my head. Well, I didn't hear them until earlier today. But I only do then. My particular friend and I were practically screaming bloodthirstily and ravenously. Physical confrontation was not possible. I sound crazy." And he said there was also a sketchbook. And like I said, there was that free piece of paper. And it was written in green ink, appeared to be in different handwriting. And the writing included statements such as, "I don't think I'll make it any longer, and please help me." And Carly Gregg told the psychiatrist she had no idea of this. And her stepfather, again, said she is just a sweet little girl. But Clark said her journal, sketchbook, all of that shows she was worried about her mental health. And he said that in the last year, she developed what he deemed were common teenage behaviors, such as sneaking out of the house, staying up late, staying out past curfew, on a burner phone. Now, I think it's interesting she had a burner phone at 14, right, to text friends. 6 weeks before she was arrested, she began smoking marijuana around 2 to 4 times a week. And he said that she expressed that the marijuana helped with her anxiety and her sleeping problems. He said that she had a somewhat difficult childhood, saying that around the age of 4 is when her sister died. Remember, we talked about that. Hold on a second. What the freak is going on here? Okay. The age of 4, she had a sister who died. Around the age of 6 or 7, she started hearing voices and having intrusive thoughts. One symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder. As she grew older, she developed symptoms of depression. When she was 11 or 12, she began self-harming herself by making superficial cuts in her thigh. And it was not in an effort to take her own life, but in one to cope with her depression and anxiety. And the doctor said that Carly's parents learned about that harming in December of 2023. Quite close up to when she murdered her mother in March of 2024, right? During the doctor's testimony, he said that Carly told her parents she was depressed. Upon that, the mother told Carly she took her to a pediatrician and a therapist who prescribed her some medication. But it didn't have much of an effect. So they increased the dosage, but it was still in a reasonable range. And then Carly described herself as feeling numb or flat. And the doctor said all of those factors, including Carly's biological parents divorcing when she was 4 or 5, contributed to her mental health. And there was also abuse, and with the father abusing the mother. And I think he said she never saw that, but she knew that it happened. She had a close yet a complicated relationship with her mother, and a close, affectionate relationship with her stepfather, and a more problematic relationship with her biological father. The doctor continued that Carly began having lower lows, higher highs when her medications were switched to Lexapro. Carly allegedly told the doctor the voices were getting worse. On March 19th, the doctor said Carly woke up grumpy and irritable. She claimed she couldn't focus during class, and she, remember, went to the same school that her mother taught math at. At the end of the school day, Ashley told Carly that she knew about the marijuana. It was previously revealed that a schoolmate of Carly's informed Ashley about the marijuana. And the doctor said after they got home, Carly remembered going out into the backyard to let the dogs out, but after that, her memory went blank. Her memory came back as she was standing by the side of the road after she crawled out of a drainage pipe, wet, and a police officer came by and picked her up. On the cross-examination, the prosecutor, Michael Smith, noted how convenient, he said this, it was that Carly could recall what happened before school, during school, and when she was arrested, but she couldn't recall the hour-long time span of when she allegedly murdered her mother. In your opinion, as we sit here today, that on March 19th, whenever Carly shot her mom, that she did not, in your words, appreciate the difference between right and wrong? Yes, Clark said. Is it your opinion that she didn't appreciate the difference between right and wrong when she hid the gun behind her back? It's my opinion that she did not appreciate the difference between right and wrong at that point, the doctor said. When she peeks around the kitchen wall after going to retrieve the gun, I assume it's your opinion that she didn't appreciate the difference between right and wrong at that time too? That's my opinion, the doctor said. When she removed the camera from the wall and hid it in the fridge, is it your opinion that she didn't appreciate the difference between right and wrong? And, of course, correct, Clark says. When she invited her friend over and said that she put 3 in her mom and that her stepdad would be home shortly and she had 3 more for him, would you say that she didn't know the difference between right and wrong? Correct, the doctor says. And when she ran from the house after it was all done, she didn't know the difference between right and wrong? Correct, the doctor says. Now, she is facing charges for murder, attempted murder, tampering with evidence. If convicted, she faces 20 years to a potential life sentence in prison. She declined a 40-year plea deal. So, today the body cam was shown where she got her hands swabbed for gunshot residue. Let's see here. And this goes to the jury tomorrow. So let me just see. I'm going to go back to the live. And I heard a lot of stuff going on in here. Who was giving memberships? Video Reel. Look at you. Look at you, Video Reel, gifting those memberships. Thank you so much. That is so appreciated. You don't even know how appreciated that is. That is unbelievably appreciated. Thank you very much. Carol got a membership from Video Reel. Congratulations. Native Libra was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Just Jen was gifted a membership from Video Reel. Pet Nanny Nancy was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Pamela Monturi was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Congratulations. Video Reel gave another 10 memberships. Video! Thank you! Oh my gosh, Eva Pohl was gifted a membership from Video Reel. Kate was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Let It Be gifted a membership by Video Reel. The Presley family, wow, gifted a membership by Video Reel. Joy Carter gifted a membership by Video Reel. Sylvia S. was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Maureen Gunn, congratulations, was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Murder of Crows, I haven't seen you in ages, was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Ginger Busey was gifted a membership by Video Reel. And Sonia G. was gifted a membership by Video Reel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. Really appreciate it, Video. Thank you so much. That's the way we do it here. That's great. Thank you, Video. Okay, so let's go on to Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs. Oh, let me check the... Oh, wait, I didn't check the poll. Hold on. Didn't check the poll. Gotta check the poll. All right, let's see. The poll. Where's the poll? Poll. The poll says 78% think that Carly Gregg will be found guilty. I put my vote for guilty. Let's see if we come out. I put my vote for guilty. Not guilty, 8%. I'm not in that. Hung jury, 12%. I'm not in that either. Okay, thank you so much for voting. That's beautiful that you voted. Appreciate that. And now we're going to go to Sean Diddy Combs. That man's another story. Sean Diddy, did you hear he had 100 bottles of baby oil? And I wonder, yikes. The hotel rooms and all of that stuff, Video Reel. Pretty gross. But right now, I bet you he's freaking out in the conditions he's being in right now, right? He doesn't want to be in those horrific jail conditions. Okay, he was denied bail again. Not liking this. Not liking it. And we're only getting the lovely court drawings, the artwork. I mean, they are lovely. I mean, they're the people doing this. Yeah, they have to be like right on it. They're in there doing their sketching. So we got Diddy. This is. Come on, get over there. Get over there. Right there. So he was denied bail again. He had a bail hearing in Manhattan. Yes, and he's in jail in Brooklyn. So he was in court again. And, well, the judge said, sorry, go await trial at a jail in Brooklyn. The rapper was denied yesterday at his arraignment. A different judge stamped a second denial. Denied again. His legal team was appalled, okay? They appealed the judge's decision to deny bail and returned to court the following afternoon, which was the 18th. This is their appeal. And in a letter from September 17th, his lawyers described his conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn as horrific. They are horrific. Not fit for pretrial detention. This is not fit for pretrial detention. His defense proposed that Combs live at home alone in Florida. We could send him to a condo in Florida where he'll have a 24/7 security team. It'll monitor a pre-approved guest list. He offered to give up any access to his cell phone or the internet. And his lawyer said he will do nothing but prepare for his trial. But the judge, Andrew L. Carter Jr., said there is no condition or combination of conditions to ensure that he will not obstruct justice or tamper with witnesses. Combs was in a black shirt and gray striped sweatpants, the same ones he wore during his first bail hearing on Tuesday. He hung his head, looking down at the defense table when he heard the judge's decision. We read that 14-page indictment yesterday, where Sean Combs was charged with 1 count each of racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The Assistant District Attorney, Emily A. Johnson, called Sean Combs a serial abuser. She said that Combs demonstrated a pattern of abuse and for years been undeterred by law enforcement. He's an extreme danger to the community, she added. Prosecutors allege in the indictment that Sean Combs allegedly coerced women to participate in those freak-offs. Freak-off. And they were described as highly orchestrated performances, which prosecutors claim that Diddy arranged, directed, pleasured himself during, and recorded usually. Those secret recordings were then used as collateral, like they do in cults, you know that, to ensure their continued obedience and the silence of the victims. You do anything, and those little recordings are going to make their way out. That's how they did it. Threatening their careers and their livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in freak-offs. From the indictment. The indictment alleges that women were sometimes injured during freak-offs. It alleged that Sean Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, dragged victims at times by their hair, causing injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Johnson told the judge Tuesday that the alleged freak-offs were core to the case, claiming that Combs had the propensity to become violent at the slightest provocation. Prosecutors had spoken with more than 50 witnesses, many of whom had witnessed the alleged violence, and that law enforcement had gathered more than 90 cell phones, laptops, iCloud accounts, along with additional thumb drives and other technological devices which support the charges in the indictment. During raids in March on Diddy's homes in Florida and California, law enforcement allegedly recovered 3 AR-15s. They were disassembled and with all the serial numbers filed off of them. In the indictment, prosecutors further allege that they found more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, which they say was typically used in the freak-offs. Johnson said that Diddy's case is like that of R&B artist R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein and cult leader Keith Raniere. Now, Diddy's attorney also represented Raniere at his 2019 federal trial in Brooklyn. And he said, no, Sean Diddy Combs' case is night and day different, he told the judge. That unlike those other 3 men that he was compared to, Sean is not accused of abusing any minors. He further argued that any interactions had been between consenting adults and that Combs should not be shamed for his desires. And he asked, is it trafficking? Not if everyone wants to be there. We are not all better off if the federal government comes into our bedroom, he added. He acknowledged that the singer, Combs, was sitting in court nearby with 2 U.S. Marshals standing at attention behind him. They are coming into this man's bedroom and making judgments. On Tuesday, Combs' attorney proposed a $50 million bond, which would be secured by Combs' $48 million residence, the mortgage of which his lawyer said he had paid off in anticipation of the indictment. Judge Robin Tarnofsky, who initially denied the rapper's bail, noted his alleged substance abuse and what seems like anger issues. And she told Sean Combs that she was sending him to jail. And she said, and I quote, I don't know that you can trust yourself not to harm people. Leaving court on Tuesday, Sean Combs turned to his family that was seated in the 3rd row, touched his hand to his heart as a pair of U.S. Marshals escorted him out of the courtroom. So now, let's see about these conditions in his Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Let's take a look at it, okay? Diddy's first meal in Brooklyn. What do you think it was? Let's see. Here's where he is. Here's where he is. Hold on, I'm trying to get it for you guys, okay? Okay, hang on. Hold on to your horses. Hold on to your horses. Let me see. Oh my goodness, this computer. It's going to be going out the window. Do. Okay, here we go. Do. You know what that theme song is? That's My Three Sons. Da-na-na-na. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Come on, get over there. Go on now, Mr. Picture Picture. Fred Rogers never had this problem with Picture Picture. And technology was not all that great back then. Imagine that he had a picture on the wall. He was way ahead of time, after all. See, I'm rhyming like crazy. Maybe I should be a rap star. Okay, here's where he is. And I'll tell you now. He's isolated. He was served breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the other inmates. And the food menu exclusively revealed his first meal behind bars. He was served Swedish meatballs, yucky, for dinner following his arraignment. Swedish meatballs, yikes. And if he was watching his weight, he could have opted for a black bean burger. If he needed that to be more random, his sides included egg noodles, green beans, a garden salad with dressing, and a 16-ounce beverage. Now, Diddy is in the SHU. So, solitary, what is that? Solitary hold unit? I don't know. Let's see, something like that. So, correction officers deliver his meals to his cell. He only gets 1 hour of daily recreation and 3 showers a week. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's see. Okay, that's the, hold on. So is he married now? See, a lot of people know, you guys like really follow Diddy. Like a few of you did. Like I don't really follow this guy. I know his name just because it was Sean Combs, and he's not the one. Was he the one that? No, that was Sean John that had that clothing line. That wasn't him, right? But yeah. So let's see what else we can find out about this detention center. Before we go talk about the Rose. Okay, this is a troubled Brooklyn jail. Let's see Okay, so it's definitely a sudden change of circumstances. He had been staying in hotels in Midtown Manhattan, right? This detention center has been troubled by deaths and people taking their lives and an electrical fire that once left inmates without heat for days in the dead of winter. A lawyer for a detainee, Edwin Cordero, who died there in July from injuries sustained in a fight, called the prison an overcrowded, understaffed, and neglected federal jail that is hell on earth. The Bureau of Prisons responded to the criticism in a statement that said it takes seriously our duty to protect the individuals entrusted in our custody, as well as maintain the safety of correctional employees and the community. As part of that obligation, we review safety protocols and we implement corrective actions when identified as necessary. And those reviews to ensure that our mission of operation is safe. 1 second. Secure and humane facilities is fulfilled. Mr. Combs. Okay, let's see what else. We don't want to. In a letter to his judge. Okay, called the conditions horrific. The detention center in Brooklyn opened in 1994. Following several years of neighborhood opposition, it's been host to a number of high-profile defendants such as Sam Bankman-Fried, R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell. It became the primary federal detention center in New York when its sister jail in Manhattan, where Jeffrey Epstein died, was closed in 2021 because of poor conditions. Let's see. Okay. So is there going to be a new Menendez Brothers on Netflix? I think there is. I think there is. Just saw something, but let's go inside here. Let me see. We want to go inside, right? We want to hear what this is about. Let's see. The facility in an industrial area on the Brooklyn waterfront has about 1,200 detainees, down from more than 1,600 in January. It has outdoor recreation facilities, a medical unit with examination rooms, and a dental suite. It has a separate wing for educational programs and has a jail library. Detainees have long complained about rampant violence, dreadful conditions, severe staffing shortages, and the widespread smuggling of drugs and other contraband. Some of it is facilitated by employees. At the same time, they say that they've been subject to frequent lockdowns and they've been barred from leaving their cells for visits, calls, showers, or exercise. In June, Uriel White, 37, was stabbed to death at the jail. A month later, Edwin Cordero, 36, died after he was hurt in a brawl. At least 4 people detained at the jail have died by taking their own lives in the last 3 years. At least 6 MDC Brooklyn staff members have been charged with crimes in the last 5 years. Some were accused of accepting bribes or providing contraband, such as drugs, cigarettes, cell phones. Drugs, cigarettes, cell phones, according to the Associated Press. MDC Brooklyn has also come under fire for its response to debilitating infrastructure breakdowns after COVID-19 pandemic. In 2019, a week-long power failure sparked unrest among shivering inmates and drew concerns from federal watchdogs. In March of 2020, the jail had the first federal inmate to test positive for COVID-19. As of last November, it was operating at about 55% of full staffing, which was taxing to the employees and added to security woes. Okay, let's see. In January, U.S. District Judge Furman took the rare step of allowing Gustavo Chavez, 70, to remain free on bail after his conviction for drug crimes, rather than locking him up at the Brooklyn jail to await sentencing. In August, U.S. District Judge Gary Brown said he would vacate a 75-year-old defendant's 9-month sentence for tax fraud, place him on home confinement if the Bureau of Prisons sent him to MDC Brooklyn. In response, the Bureau of Prisons said it's had temporarily paused sending any defendants convicted of crimes to the jail to serve their sentences. In a statement Tuesday, the agency said 43 people were currently serving sentences in a minimum security unit at the jail. Sean Combs is just the latest celebrity inmate to be locked up at MDC Brooklyn, joining a list that includes Maxwell, Kelly, Bankman-Fried, and Fetty Wap, the rapper. Let's see here. I'm trying. I wonder what his cell looks like. Let's see if we can see what his cell looks like, okay? Okay. I'm looking at this same, they're telling me the same things. I'm not seeing anything but the outside. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Isn't that's where R. Kelly was as well, right? All right. There we go. I don't think, okay. Let's talk about Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose. She's been listening, and just like clockwork, she's telling us everything we said hasn't been telling us, right? Right. So let's get a picture of Gyp up there. This was her at the pool the other day. Again, I believe, Carolyn, believes she's living 24/7 at Ken's house. Anyway, she said she's becoming more aware of her body as she enters the second trimester of pregnancy. She said, and I quote, "I have started to feel her kick a lot. I have started to feel those movements, and I've started to notice kind of her sleeping pattern. So I have noticed that she kicks a lot at night, anywhere from 9 at night to 11 at night, and she's calmer during the daytime." She said that her baby is more active whenever she eats sweets, but feeling her kick is something that has been magical and the exciting part of pregnancy. This sounds like everything she gets out of a book. Let's see, what do I have to say? Oh, yeah. And the PR team's like, yeah, just say this, okay? Just write this down. Write it down and then practice it. She said that one of the new, quite unexpected symptoms she's experienced since about 2 weeks ago is numbness in her thighs whenever she's standing for a long period of time or sleeping on one side for too long. My thighs start to get a little tingly and numb, and even a burning sensation sometimes. She said that she's begun to take breaks throughout the day or sit down for a little bit if she's out to help with the pain. So her cravings include sweets and applesauce, and she said, and I quote, "My baby is going to love applesauce because I did not eat applesauce like I'm eating it now." Doesn't mean that your baby's going to love it, Gypsy. Like, before I got pregnant, I never even touched applesauce, and now I'm keeping 2 packs in the fridge at all times. And I like it a certain way, too. I'm kind of picky about how she likes her applesauce, so she freezes it for 30 to 40 minutes so it can be ice cold. As if there's any other way to eat it. If it's room temperature, it's just kind of, I won't touch it. I'm picky about that. Icing has been a big one since I hit my 2nd trimester. Well, that's not true, Gypsy, because you've mentioned icing quite a lot. I think it's the one you always mention. There are times like I crave apples and oranges and fruit. Well, apples and oranges are fruit. And there are other times that I crave sweets. So it kind of has both sweets and fruits. Okay. She said her symptoms are manageable. Overall, she's had a very good pregnancy. She said, "I like to say that I'm blessed that things are going so well. So it was a relief to know that she's developing normally. It's a relief to know that I'm healthy as the mother, and overall, like, it's just going really good." Okay, let's see what else is up with the gypsies. The gyp. All right. Okay. So she is showing off a sling pack. All right. Very good. Very interesting. So it's looking like, let's see here. She's doing another PR stunt. I guess maybe she's probably going to go to a What's in My Diaper bag soon. And oh, that's interesting. Wow, look at this. Didn't Gypsy try to do that little thing in her video? Look how she's looking at her sister. Oh, that won't. Why won't that go back bigger? No, it won't. It won't go bigger. I can't show it to you. Let me see if I can get it from her TikTok. Let me go on Sisters TikTok. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, you hadn't seen it. Hold on. Let me get you a new shot. Let me get you a shot of it. Hold on. There we go. There we go. How's that one? That's the looks like that dance that she was doing in the bedroom. But the way she's looking at her looks like she's giving her pointers, but I don't think Gypsy is so, I don't know. Looks a little bit I don't know. She's a little angry. I don't know. I think she does look that way. People are, a lot of people are turning on Mia too. They feel that she's taken up for Gypsy and certain other things, but let's see what else we have. Okay, here's another, let me see, another photo. Okay, hang on, I'm going to show you another photo. And if you're wondering what this is from her feeding tube. And it's like, you know what? She loves showing that because she feels like it's proving somehow that she had Munchausen's by proxy or something. Okay. You had failure to thrive. Just saying. Let's see here. Oh, so they are going to have a, let me see when this is going to be on. The Lyle and Eric Menendez story is going to be on Netflix. So let me just see when that premieres, okay? Okay. See when that's coming on. Is it already on? Because if it's already on, we're watching it tonight. But if it's not, let me see. Somehow I don't think it's on yet, but let me see. Oh, September 19th. It's September 19th. Is it available now? Does anybody know when on September 19th it'll be available? Sometimes they make us wait till 3 in the morning. It's almost 3 in the morning. Okay, who wants to watch that tonight? I'll probably listen to it while I close my eye, though sometimes Um, that sounds good, right? Okay, great. Glad we decided on that. Now, let's finish up with Gypsy, and because we have a verdict tomorrow, and I have to just do something so quickly. Oh my gosh. And do you all think the brothers should ever be released? Eric and Lyle Menendez? Not really. You do? I don't know. I'd want to watch it again because, okay, I know that. Oh yeah, I want to watch it again. I reserve my answer. Video. I want to watch it again. I haven't. Yeah, the most thing. I don't know. I remember that the mother was eating blueberries on her ice cream. Yeah, I remember that. And I thought to myself, now I don't think blueberries on ice cream is a good thing. I don't think it's like a sacrifice. Like, oh, I want, but here's the thing. Like, I just thought, and I know this is a weird thought, but I have weird thoughts. Like, did the mother think, oh, we're going to have ice cream. I'll just put some blueberries on. I'd really love hot fudge and whipped cream and stuff, but I'm just going to put some blueberries on. And then, like, little did she know, she was going to be blown away. So she probably should have had, like, the hot fudge, the caramel, the whipped cream, the cherry, I told you, it was just a goofy thought. But I think of that sometimes, I think of that sometimes. Not even being blown away, but just like sometimes. And you can't think of that all the time because you want to stay healthy too, right? You don't just want to say, oh, I'm going to indulge on everything because it could be my last day on this earth. Because then, that, but I'm just trying to say, sometimes if you really, 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 it doesn't have to be that it is indulgent, but if you really want to just do it or something, like, Jimmy and I have been saying, like, you live once. You live once. So much of the time is like, I don't know, sometimes we're always, you know what I mean. Right? Right. They say take the trip, buy the shoes, eat the cake, do this, do that. But you can't indulge on everything. I have to be responsible. It's a healthy balance. But sometimes we're too much one way, right? Like, well, never mind. Okay. Never mind. Hi, Sandra. Boss. How are you? Wait till he meets a guy named Bubba in the shower. Oh, you're talking about that. Okay. All right, let me go on and finish up Gypsy Rose, and then I'm going to put a member in a Patreon Zoom for people to come and watch the movie, and if we can stream that movie, we will. All right? Great. Wonderful. Great. Okay, let me get to see what else is going on with the Gypsy Rose. I'm wondering why Gypsy doesn't get her license. Why doesn't she get her license? Is she scared? Or what is that? What's the whole thing? Let me see here. Gypsy. All right. I don't think there's too much. Let's just look at the regular headlines. See if there's anything that we have to remark about. Oh, somebody told me that they found the Kentucky shooter. Let me just check on that. And I said he was found dead, but someone yesterday was saying that they thought he was shooting again. I don't know who that was saying that, but no, he was found. And he was found concluding a 12-day search. Body believed to be the suspect of the Kentucky highway shooter that left 5 people seriously injured this month was found on Wednesday, ending a manhunt that stretched into the second week. Kentucky State Police Commissioner Philip Burnett Jr. gave a Wednesday night news conference that at approximately 3:30 p.m., 2 troopers and 2 civilians found an unidentified body in the brush behind the highway exit where the shooting occurred. Didn't I say this? I said that he was going to be found right there. The authorities found items with the body that were believed to belong to the suspect. The people of Laurel County can rest easy, much easier, knowing that his manhunt had come to a conclusion. How long the body's been there before it was discovered is unclear. The police have identified the suspect as the shooter, Joseph A. Couch. Okay. Officials found an SUV. They found everything like that. So the manhunt, which on Wednesday stretched into its 12th day, began shortly after the shooting in a remote area near London, a city of about 8,000 people, located roughly an hour south of Lexington. Authorities deployed dozens of officers along with search dogs, a helicopter, a drone equipped with infrared scanner. The search was complicated by the area's difficult and remote terrain, authorities said. It included caves, rocky slopes, and dense vegetation. On Wednesday, the troopers had been searching in the area all day, and they noticed vultures along with a strong odor. While trying to locate the source, the troopers ran into a couple who were also in the area looking for Mr. Couch. Mr. Burnett said the couple, Sheila and Fred McCoy, had been documenting their multi-day search on YouTube. Sheila and Fred McCoy. Yep. YouTubers. These darn YouTubers solving crimes. The couple will receive a $25,000 reward. I think there was another YouTuber that was looking, but I think, oh boy. So they're getting a $25,000 reward for locating the body. The fact that the suspect remained at large for almost 2 weeks left the community in London anxious. The police warned residents to lock their doors and keep their porch lights on at night. Several schools canceled classes. Football games were called off at high schools, and the police stepped up their presence. The shooter served in the Army Reserves as a combat engineer from 2013 to 2019, but was never deployed. According to the court records, he has several charges on his criminal record, and he was arrested most recently in February, where he was charged with terroristic threatening after coming outside with a rifle and threatening to kill a man and his dog, following a confrontation about Mr. Couch throwing a rock at the animal. Great. So YouTubers found the guy. $25,000. All right. So now, where are you guys? While I open up a new Zoom. Zoom. Okay, let me put this out for the members and Patreons. I've also got to check something in my mail. That's most important while people are coming in, okay? Members, channel members, there's your post. Do it to the patrons. Patrons. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see here. I got where am I? Remember the first watch party we tried to have? It was so crazy. All right. It's published on Patreon. It's published in the community tab. And I will publish it in Slack. All right, there we go. Now let me try to find you guys. There you are. Oh, and maybe, I don't know, I've got to check my mail so badly, but we'll see if I can do a word cookie daily while we're waiting for everybody to come in. Who's there?
Me.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi. I hope we can get that Menendez Brothers thing.
Oh, I didn't hear what the movie was you were looking for.
Oh, the Menendez Brothers, it's supposed to start streaming today.
Oh.
It's sad. Emmy, what are you talking about? The body part was missing, huh?
Was that the shooter?
Uh-huh. Yes. So you want to watch? We'll get your butt in here video reel. Go look at the members thing. You go look at the member post. You should be able to see it. Where's Elle?
Oh my God, I can't spell on here. I don't know. She wasn't in the chat all night.
She was in earlier. On Zoom earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Linda. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, Linda.
Hi, you watching a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
I was on my TV. I was trying to sleep. I can't.
Oh, sleep.
Yeah, what's that?
So overrated, right?
What is that? Mm. So did you just put the Zoom on just now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're still live. I'm trying to do the rest of this puzzle, but it's giving me a problem.
Okay. Okay.
Who was in the Zoom when it ended, Margot?
It's just Sharon and I that were not muted.
Where's Sharon now? She's not coming?
Oh, I imagine she's coming.
Oh.
I think Debbie D was still there but muted, and Christy was there. She put in the chat she was having a hard time sleeping. She was coughing her head off. So we may see her yet.
Who did this word puzzle? Nobody knows?
I've been putting some words in.
Oh, I don't see. Oh, there, I see him now. Cleric. Slice. Oh, you just have one more.
Which one?
Oh, I think I see it. I think it's Isle.
Yeah, ISLE.
Yes, Isle. Done. Okay, now we're done.
You done?
We're done with the word game, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm behind.
Uh-oh, what's that? Is that Linda? What are you
Where?
doing, Linda? Linda's got a working on a painting or something.
Linda's painting.
That is the painting.
Oh, okay.
No, you're painting,
I don't
Linda.
know why. Like, see how the Zoom is like so weird? Like nobody's showing. Oh, I think I have to say. Wait a minute. There we go. There's Lamb Chop. What's Lamb Chop doing up there?
Remember, I got it. I took it from Sky.
Linda stole lamb chop from the poor dog Sky.
Oh, you took him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She already had one.
Oh. All right. How is that dog? Is that dog all right?
Yeah, she had her fixed and she's fine. She bought her a pool too and she ripped right through it.
Oh, well. Okay, so everybody in the chat, but that's not the right chat. It's not the chat I can close out. Let me see if this one I can close out.
Oh,
I've got to figure out which one.
Menendez documentary.
So I'm going to be ending this live, and then if you want to come to watch the Menendez brothers, the brand new thing that's streaming on Netflix in a watch party, you can come with us, but you have to go and if you're a member of Patreon, you'll see the posts. That's what'll happen. I'm trying to see where the, can't find the thing for the live streaming to get up onto this. Hundley. What is up with this? I had to see something in my mail and I didn't do it. I'll do it in the morning. Very early in the morning.
Linda hid lamb chop in case she didn't want us to steal them.
Really?
Did you hide lamb chop from us, Linda, so we won't take them?
Where? He's gone.
I
Margo.
know he's gone. Oh, there's the poor little fella.
Where the heck?
That's so crazy.
I cannot get to.
You're so crazy, Margo.
I know, Linda.
Wish I could get
Kevin's gonna pop on here and tell you to settle down.
Probably.
Has anybody seen Kevin?
No,
Oh,
he must not be feeling good.
I guess not. What are you doing, Emmy? I thought you were coming in to watch the movie. I can't find how to shut this down. Okay, go over here.
oh.
Video Reel. What is Video Reel doing? He said he's coming, and I don't know what he's doing. Don't tell me you can't find the number on the. It's on the community post video.
Video.
Do you see it? Video killed the radio star. Yeah, and this thing was scheduled for November 24th. That's not right. All right. Bye, everybody. God bless. Prayers.
Night, everybody.
We love you. See